You've made it to the home of Blerd on the Street, where three black women talk about their geeky interests, nerdy pursuits, and current events. If you like our show, please leave us a positive review on Apple Podcasts or your podcatcher of choice. Special thanks to NPR Girl and Phaedra220 who've already left us reviews. You can always find us on Instagram at Blerd on the Street and Twitter at Blerd Street. Now, on to the show. Hi, I'm Lillie, and I run on flat whites and raspberry scones. You can find me on Twitter at AliseOnLife. That's ALISEONLIFE.
Hi, I'm Jillian. A matcha latte and my Nintendo Switch are never far from my reach. You can find me at jillian.corinne on Instagram.
Hi, my name is Jenna, and I think coffee, books, and makeup are life. You can follow me on Instagram at PhillyGirlJL or on TikTok at PhillyGirlJLH.
Hey there, Street Team. Today's episode has two segments to it. The first was recorded in the early part of October and mentioned some news out of Marvel and DC at that time. And then it kind of turns into a bitch session that has some slight spoilers for some of the DC shows on HBO Max. So if you have to pause here and check out the show notes, we can wait for you to come back. All good? Happy listening from Blerd on the Street.
What else has been going on in the news?
Good stuff or bad stuff?
I feel like there's been so many things happening, and now that we're here, I'm like, what has been going on?
I know.
I feel like I saw a bunch of... they were singing... I did see one thing today that said that they might bring back Daredevil and Punisher, but like on Disney Plus, and I'm not sure if those are the right streaming service.
The only way I could see Punisher being on Disney Plus is if it was animated and they did like a thing like how DC turned Teen Titans into Teen Titans Go, and it was just madcap fun all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I watched really Titans on HBO Max. I actually really like that show. And it's kind of like, it's like done by the same people who do the CW shows, but it's grittier. They actually curse a lot on it too. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is fine.
I had gotten a lot of fatigue over the DC like franchise when they just kept doing Batman again.
Oh my God. They're doing it again. They're doing it again.
And again, like, we get it. His parents were killed and he has daddy issues. Everyone does.
Yeah, I definitely think there are lesser known DC characters that should be coming to the forefront. The CW shows, if they took one of the characters from there.
My only issue with the CW shows is that, especially The Flash, I had to stop watching The Flash after a couple seasons because it was like literally the same plot every single time. Yeah, it's like a different villain, but it's always the same motivation and always the same plan, the evil plan. And then the solution is always for Barry to just run faster.
Yep, that's it. Keep running, Barry. Keep running.
Run, Barry. Run.
I got tired of Supergirl for a...
Oh, I had to stop.
It just became that whole, X-Men conundrum again, where they mirror what's going on in the world, but it's never about race. But it's always about like aliens versus humans, right? As if once the aliens arrived, other like actual racism just stopped existing.
Right.
Oh yeah. And then all the female empowerment feels really performative, and it's only about empowering the white women on the show.
Right. Hello.
Exactly.
Honestly.
I said that to this 9-year-old who I'm doing like literacy with, because she can handle these topics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was talking about that with Disney, right? Where I was like, as much as Disney says like, oh, we're diversifying and look, here's a person of color and blah blah blah, a lot of the times it still comes down to a white woman finding her power and saving the world.
Yeah, and like it's interesting. The one main black superhero in that universe, Black Lightning, has nothing to do with the other universe shows. Like they'll never be on like the crossover episodes or anything. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
Oh, really? Exactly. So wait, I don't download me on Black Lightning because I didn't watch it. I mean, I didn't see it.
Like I watched a couple episodes and it was fine. I just couldn't. I don't know what it was. I just was kind of over that producer's universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although I still watch Titans. The only thing I really don't like is that Corey and Dick are my favorite couple in DC, and they're like not. They were together for like a second, and then they were like, "Okay, we're gonna do other things." I'm like, "No, back to each other, run!"
I've seen.
Can we please call him like Nightwing or something? Because
I can't.
Her name is Coriander, right?
Yeah.
So when you just said that, I thought you said Coriander Dick. Like that's what I heard.
Corey and Dick.
And I was about to be like, oh,
I know, and he
just exciting.
He just became Nightwing this season, so it's like extra exciting.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love Nightwing.
I know that Dick is his name, but I have never ever been able to call him that.
I know when they call him that on the show, they always like extra emphasize it. I'm like, you know what? Just call him Richard then. If you people can't figure it out,
I don't know what to do, Dick. And I'm like,
literally,
all right,
Dick. And I'm like, but they're like actually just talking about him.
I was like, I was interested there for a second. Oh no.
Yeah. And then like the only thing is like they're ramping up to something, but they keep making like B plots, but then the B plots don't really go anywhere, and you're just like, oh, this was it, and that bothers me. And I'm like, don't turn this into like the regular CW thing. You guys can. You guys have an hour. You can explore extra plots, or you can just stay on this one track. That's fine too.
Right. You don't always need a whole bunch of subplots.
Yeah. The other one that I really really like is Doom Patrol.
Yeah, I love Doom Patrol.
I definitely like Doom Patrol more than I like Titans. I will say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Doom Patrol is brilliant.
It is. Honestly. That one's so good.
Yeah.
And actually, Doom Patrol that was like, oh, maybe I'll actually check out Titans, and now I'm like invested, but they're on my last nerve.
Yeah.
But they kind of redeemed themselves the last 2 episodes. So I'm like, fine, I'll keep watching.
Yeah, I only started watching Titans when they had the crossover on Doom Patrol.
What was it, a crossover? It was just like the introduction.
It was
the very first episode.
But then they didn't do anything with it.
Right.
It's like totally different. And I'm like, who the hell is this?
Right.
This isn't like Timothy Dalton. Who the hell is this?
I know. Timothy Dalton though gets on my nerves though. He's getting on my, and I like I like him as an actor, but he's starting to get on my nerves.
His daughter.
The way he, like, for me, Timothy Dalton, the way he like enunciates words is just annoying. I don't know why.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know. His daughter in the show really pisses me off. I'm so tired of her.
Dorothy?
Yeah, I'm
Dorothy?
so done with her. Yeah.
Oh. But she vanquished the candle maker.
Not yet.
I don't even know what they were. That part I did not like. I was like, what? So all along, all she had to do was make friends with the candle maker. Okay.
Wait, is the episode come on yet?
Oh shoot!
Of season 4?
No, it's not season 4. It's season 3, isn't it?
Wait, I don't remember that happening, but I remember it ending very abruptly when they're in the carnival. And
yeah, so the next season starts. Oops, I just spoiled it. So sorry.
I mean, I'm annoyed now, but I'll be more annoyed when I actually watch it because I'm like, it's like some Yu-Gi-Oh crap, like the heart of the cards and like friendship. Wait, when does the episode start? Oh shoot, I missed the first episode.
There's like 3 episodes, I think.
Oh my god, I thought it was coming out in October. Okay, now I have something to watch later. Okay. Anyway.
Sorry about that.
All right. No, it's okay. It's all right.
I've only seen the first episode of What If. I actually was kind of waiting for it to finish so that then I'd just be able to, watch the whole thing at once.
Okay, so I think the last episode is on Wednesday.
Okay. So
the latest one, and again, I'm qualifying with I haven't seen it. I just have heard, chitter chatter, and I know what the episode is supposed to be about, but it's like, what if Ultron won?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Most of these scenarios y'all can keep.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, I just don't think, I don't know.
Apparently it's gonna all culminate in the last episodes. Like there was a reason, but I'm just like, oh, so you had to make me suffer first. Okay.
The thing is that when Marvel does that, like, stick around, there's a reason. I'm like, no, sorry, I got other fish to fry.
But that's how they get the viewership and the money and the everything, because you're gonna go to the movies and like they're generally gonna be decent, and then we have this huge one where everybody's gonna be, everyone you've been invested in is gonna be here, and then go team.
Yeah, I don't know. But like this is a problem for a while in YA, like in the mid 2000s. People would write these series and the first book would end like on a cliffhanger, and I would be like, oh, and then the next book wouldn't come out for a year, which is not a complaint. I know how publishing works like that. Mm-hmm. That's, but if you end a book on a cliffhanger and your next one is not coming out for a year, there's no chance I'm coming back.
Yeah,
no chance at all.
I had to stop reading YA because, like I said with The Flash, like everything was set in like a post-apocalyptic universe, and like everything was the same. There was like some weird romance, and then I don't know, all culminating into something. I usually finish series if I start them, but I was just like, I have free will. I don't have to take this anymore. I've only like recently picked up some YA novels now is because like there's just been an influx of BIPOC writers. And so the stories are more interesting to me now.
That's like, what I was just going to say. I got really tired of the white girl stories.
Exactly.
In YA.
And then I will describe myself as one of late bloomers, and it always just in media, this is a longer conversation, but it was so frustrating to me that it's like only white people get to have the adventures, only white people get to fall in love, and like only white people get like these opportunities, and it's kind of hit too close to home because I was just thinking about like opportunity and equity and like all this stuff yesterday, of course having an existential crisis.
Sure.
And so
on a Friday.
But I really like the book that I really like right now is Legend Born, and that book, the next one's probably not going to come out till later next year, and I'm actually like really excited to read the next one. It's been a while since I've been like this excited to read something in a series.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what really annoys me though is that the white girl books in YA, the post-apoc ones, the fantasy ones, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and then when the playing field, when like suddenly it's like, no, Black girls are going to get this chance too, Latina girls are going to get this chance too, then the industry wants to be like, oh, there's so much fatigue over this thing, over this genre, it's just over. And
No.
It's like, we see you, we know what you're trying to do.
I know, and it's so obvious, the gaslighting, and it's so frustrating because literally every book was the same, just like maybe different plots or like switched up just a little bit. Like, that meme, it's like, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but just make it different. And it's like not really different at all, but it's not. And so they like created this formula that was selling really well for a very long time. And now all of a sudden people are like, we want something new. Black people read too, Asian people read too. Everybody of color reads too. We have, a lot of us have access to books, and this is what we want to read and buy and support. And now they're like, well, now it's dying. It's like, actually, it's thriving now.
Right, exactly.
And I'm tired of being gaslit all the time by the media. I'm actually thinking about taking a break from watching TV because I'm so tired.
Like some of it is just like with shows, I'm like, everyone's all like, ooh, what new shows are you excited about? And I'm like, okay, main white character, main white character, main white character.
Hope you're enjoying the show, Street Team. For this second segment, we diverge just slightly from the superhero subject and dig into our graphic novel and comics recommendations.
What other like comics are you guys reading lately? Because I have a couple to recommend, but I'll let you go first.
Oh, I actually have not read any comics recently, so I'm all for recommendations. I actually did just read a graphic novel that was a collection of different graphic novels, and it was called Moonshot. Moon, MOON, SHOT. And it's a collection of indigenous graphic novels, and they all kind of have a bit of a like suspense, spooky horror kind of bent to them.
Oh, nice. Just in time for
Yes, exactly.
Halloween.
Exactly, just in time.
Nice. All right, so I've been reading a couple. So to prepare for Halloween, I've actually been reading I wanted to say the creeping adventures of Sabrina, but it's actually the chilling adventures of Sabrina. Because I watched the show when it first came out, but I just couldn't, I was into it, but I was also like, this is a rabbit hole I'm not really sure about. But then I didn't realize that there are comics. I was reading the comic, and that's a little bit more my speed.
So is the comic related to the Archie ones, like the original Sabrina ones?
Yes, it's published by the same company.
Okay.
So that's why Sabrina is gonna be on Riverdale, the show. Kieran and Chip does, and I was just like, I don't get it, but I don't watch Riverdale, so maybe it all works out. But well, yeah, she is part of the Archie, but she lives in another town, but she's part of the Archie universe,
as well as the band girls, Josie and the Pussycats. Yes.
Yeah. So I've been reading those, thanks to my local library. And then I also wanted to recommend this really good one that I think is only going to be 6 issues, but it's called Dark Blood. and it's by Boom Studios, and it's really good. It's about this man who, a black man, and he gets superpowers during the Jim Crow era.
Interesting.
Oh.
And so far it's really interesting. There's a bit of a mystery about it, and like we're just kind of learning how he got his powers. So it's really good if you have time. It's at Amalgam, one of my favorite spots in town, Amalgam Comics. And I just picked up the first 3 issues. I read them online before, but I wanted to buy the hard copies because it's so good. And I want to have it in my library. But that is what I have been reading. And I've been reading anything else? Comic book. Oh, I picked up Nubia, of course.
Yes.
Of course. And I also picked up a couple issues of Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer because I wanted to read that. And I also wanted to support the author and Amalgam directly, so I bought the issues there.
Okay. I'd be interested to hear what you think of that.
Another superhero, I guess, related comic that I would suggest is if anybody is interested in the Harley Quinn, the animated series that DC has. It's on HBO Max. I would highly suggest it. It is excellent. It is, I think it's as good as say Doom Patrol, which is one of their live action series. Okay. It's fantastic. DC decided to make this run of animated series graphic novels.
Nice.
And they locked down a Black author, T. Franklin, Black and disabled.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
I sound like Bill Hader's impression of Keith Morrison. Oh. Was murder, you say? Oh.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. The first one, the first, they do digital first, and they're doing it in single issues, volumes or single issues. Actually, I'm not sure about that part. That I would have to look up, but I think it is a single issue. And it's digital first. So the second one is already available digitally, but I'm not sure when the print one is coming out. But the first one is available digitally and in print, and it is called the Eat Bang Kill Tour. Harley Quinn, the animated series, and it picks up right after where season 2 of the actual animated series leaves off. So you gotta watch the animated series first and get a feel for everything that's going on and who's who and the interpersonal workings and relationships of these I don't know if I would even call them anti-heroes, but they're definitely not villains, right? Like they're misunderstood in some way. Poison Ivy was always, I think, misunderstood, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Girl just wants to save the environment, you know?
Yeah.
She's worried about the plants and the trees.
Are we mad at her at all?
I mean, can we be?
Living in this world.
Right now that all of this stuff is coming to light about how bad climate change is really, and how you know, like, she had a really good point there,
right?
And then some men told her to shut up. Exactly.
So anyway, yes, those are my suggestions. I suggest Moonshot. I suggest Eat, Bang, Kill, Harley Quinn, the animated series graphic novel. Jillian suggests Nubia, which is very new, that just came out. And go ahead and tell me the name of that other.
Dark Blood.
Dark Blood. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Very good. Yeah.
All right, Jenna, you have something you want to throw out there?
Well, like I said, I haven't actually been really reading any comics or graphic novels recently. So I'm taking notes now on your suggestions. But what I will say is that I have been listening to the audiobook of The Sandman. I haven't listened to much of it, but the narrator is fantastic.
Who's the narrator? Do you know?
Actually, I can check really quickly. There's multiple narrators. Riz Ahmed, Kat Dennings, Taron Egerton, Neil Gaiman himself is in there, apparently. James McAvoy, Samantha Morton, Baby Newirth, Andy Serkis, and Michael Sheen.
Andy Serkis. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
now this is something worth listening to. I'm just kidding.
So my question is this the original Sandman graphic novels, or is this the one that's based on that series? There's like a TV series or a movie or something that's coming up?
These are series. It's the original. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, I kind of know the story of the Sandman, I guess, and sort of the legend of it. So I have a little bit of background going in, but I never actually read the graphic novels. I like going in here and hearing it without having any, biases or preconceived notions.
Right. I've actually never read Sandman, so I think I might do that too.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I might check that out as well. That's quite a roundup we have of some of the superhero stuff in the current events.
So we all know the pandemic's been hard on everyone. But comic book stores and libraries are centers of community and support our reading and geeky pursuits. So make sure to support them back when it comes to buying. Check out your local comic and indie bookstores and get a library card if you can. Thanks for listening to Blerd on the Street.